Alright there, divers. After a weekend away to spend some much needed time with the fam, we are back and on the grind with Helldivers. As the current major order has taken a severe turn, which we knew it would, right? It was just too tempting for Joel to not push the advantage. We've also got some updates from the comms dev team concerning Killzone collab items and a known issue that may be affecting a lot of you. I know it's affecting me when I use this stratagem. And finally, an incredible piece from the community that is just, well, man, you'll see, but it's really good, which we'll get into in a bit. Thanks again for your awesome and continued support. If you can, please consider helping out the channel by hitting subscribe, as it's free and it instantly sends a signal to YouTube that this content is solid, to which YouTube responds by promoting it to even more viewers, and it just keeps building from there. Also, likes, comments, shares do much the same, and don't forget to ring the notifications bell to receive my latest upload alerts. And as a treat, let's break out the old Buzz intro as we dive into all the latest from Helldivers. Well, we knew this would happen, right? And I called it here on the channel last week when I said to brace for the incoming attack on Helldivers. Damn you, Joel. And here it is. With a little under 2 days to go on this campaign, we've got Mastia, we've nearly got Tarsh, and we had, past tense, Helldivers until the bots hit us with a level 13 invasion. So overall, what does this even mean? Well, it means we're going to currently lose Helldivers at this rate, and then we're going to have to fight back and liberate it fully before the timer runs out on this major order. Basically, we're going to have to work even harder to get this job done, which is usually the case for the Helldivers player base. Now, the crazy play would have been to hit Lasath with its low resistance level, pulling off the defense gambit on Helldivers, essentially killing two birds with one stone. But it's hard to turn the Titanic on a dime, and when the divers see a shiny symbol with arrows and rings coming out of it, they instantly flock to the spot for some killing in the name of managed democracy. Looking around the map, and right now, Martal is sitting out there at nearly 60% liberated and a 0% decay rate. So if we could get any sort of diver numbers over there, it would fall in a matter of hours. Garharan on the bug side is also ripe for the plunder. And if neither the bots nor the bugs are what you were craving, well, the squids are stirring up trouble down on Bellatrix. Today's daily or personal order is to successfully extract 3 times versus the Automatons. So as long as you select a mission in Botsville and get it done 3 times, you'll pocket those easy 15 medals. And while we're here for the next 18 hours or so, the Superstore is showing the heavy Executioner armor with Fortified, the hybrid lightweight medium paramedic armor with Medkit, and of course helmets for both sets as well. Shifting now over to several items being addressed by B Vitamin over in the Helldivers Discord, starting off with my absolute favorite sentry, the anti-tank emplacement. And personally, I love sentries, and you're going to normally see me using one or multiples in the background footage, but ever since this thing arrived on the scene with the Urban Legends Warbond, it's been an all-out love affair with this monster cannon. But there's an issue with it. It's a pretty damn big one at that, because often when you finished using up all your ammo, it won't let you go, and you're stuck in the gunner seat until an enemy destroys the turret, or a helpful diver does the same, and almost always you die in the process. Well, B Vitamin fielded that question from a Discord member. Anyone noticed that sometimes you get stuck inside the anti-tank emplacement? Just had it happen twice in a row, to which she responded, "This one is on our known issues list. We'll look into it." Now, as always, I'll include a link to that Helldivers Zendesk known issues board. You can find that link down in the video description. And as it seems the bulk of the dev team is still out on holiday, it'll be nice to get them back and at full strength and ready to tackle some of these items like resupply packs. Do not supply stims to other players. That crazy right door, illuminate door reflecting explosives issue. The flying cars when hit with a melee weapon, which I personally think is kind of a good bug. I mean, who knows? Maybe that's just me. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you like that one too. Jump packs, ragdolling is still an issue. Jittery first-person aiming. And now, add into the mix, not being able to dismount the anti-tank emplacement. One item I talked about in this previous Helldivers upload was the Killzone collaboration and just how well Arrowhead did with that event. Again, link down in the video description. And if you haven't already, you need to check that video out because that one event vaulted Helldivers nearly to the top of the Steam charts in revenue generated. And again, you can see all the deets in the video. And we know what happened from there. Arrowhead responded by giving away page 2 of the items to the player base for free, but not every player received it because the rewards were based on the last time you logged into the game. You see, for some players that have been inactive for long enough, their accounts were flagged as inactive. And even when they heard about the free items and logged back into the game, they still didn't receive them. And here's the explanation again, coming to us from B Vitamin. So after you stop playing, you'll still be given the MO rewards even if you haven't participated in them for a couple of months up until the point your account becomes inactive, and then you'll stop getting them until you become active again. The Killzone items were sent out on December the 19th between 3 and 5 p.m. CET if I recall. So if you were inactive and didn't become active again until after that time, you wouldn't have gotten them. It's the same system used to pay out major orders. Regarding updates to getting them, currently the key developers who will make the decisions are on holiday vacation. Once they are back, they can decide whether or not players who were inactive or weren't playing the game when the items were released should get them. Player support has no information beyond this. I don't have an ETA. As far as this thing goes, I think it's self-explanatory, right? I mean, if you were a player that was gone for an extended period of time, something like, over 2 months of never logging into the game, now you're back and you want the retro rewards from page 2 of the Killzone collaboration for free? Yeah, I'm going to leave this one to chat. I mean, just me speaking personally here, I don't have any issues with players getting free cosmetic items, but there's part of me that wants to say, hey, buddy, where the hell have you been? Now you decide to hop back into the game to try to nab the cool-looking armor sets and weapons after the fact? I mean, I fully understand not being able to log into the game, especially, for example, you were deployed overseas and you didn't have your game system with you, but this collaboration fully abides by the same rules as the Malevelon Creek Cape. For divers like me that were there and fighting, that thing meant something special, and I didn't at the time personally like hearing stories from other players that were bragging that had not been there and hadn't logged in for something like a month or a month and a half, only for them to receive what me and so many others had fought to earn. I don't know. I'm going to stop carrying on about this, but I'm genuinely interested in your thoughts. Am I on the right track, or am I just talking out of my ass? Let me know. I'm now going to switch up the background music for this next item to something a bit more somber. And this collection of stills and the story it tells is simply bone-chilling. And I love the Helldivers community for items and creations just like this. And full props to Low Spot and their Helldivers Reddit post. And hopefully I can do this thing justice as I read through the slides. Squad leader, where's your last squad mate? He refused to enter the Pelican, sir. What do you mean he refused to enter the Pelican? He refused, sir. He wanted to stay on the planet. Was he injured? He was injured, sir, and I fear no medicine or miracle could mend the kind of wound he bore. Can you tell me what happened, son? Well, sir, we're one of the first squads to dive on Calypso, sir. The horror we witnessed, sir, was beyond anything one could prepare for. No training, no briefing could steal the soul for such a sight. The endless hordes of voteless, the Illuminates steering our people as cattle, but we stood our ground. We sent them to hell burning. That's when I found him, sir, on his knees. I thought he was injured. I rushed to him and I checked him. He was fine from the outside. Then with trembling hands, he pointed to the blood-soaked ground, his voice barely a whisper, yet heavy with purpose. And he spoke words that pierced my very soul, words that made me wish I had been deaf to their sound. What did he say, son? That's my father. Wow. I'll leave a link to this one as well down in the video description, but no wonder this thing has so many freaking upvotes. And even now, after reading it through, and I've already read it through 3, 4, 5 times, my skin is still crawling. The post asks, is this canon? Well, I for one vote, hell yes. All right, leave me some feedback and I'll do my best to respond. Remember to hit subscribe and ring that notifications bell to receive my latest upload alerts. A massive thanks to the now over 252,000 channel subscribers, and if you haven't done so already, you know what to do. It's free, it really helps out the channel, and we'd love to have you along for the ride. Until the next one, this is LtBuzzLitebeer, signing off.